Hello everyone, this is the Magic Master, and welcome back to Not For Broadcast. Before we get into it, I just want to apologise for not uploading last week. I have a half-decent reason. I was working on a different video that's just taking a little bit more time than I thought it was going to, and so I didn't have it ready for last week, or this week, which is why I'm filming this now. And I'm actually filming this on the Sunday, so the video has to go up tomorrow. So that long-form video, I'm doing a review of some Doctor Who story, will come up a couple of weeks whenever I get it finished. Pushing it to the back for a minute so that I can just schedule a couple of videos and we'll just be good to go. Okay, next, before we get into it, content warning. This video is a little bit more mature than most of the games I play on the channel. There's frequent swearing, some censored nudity, and a couple of inappropriate jokes, and that's about it. So now, we're playing Not For Broadcast, and if you don't know what Not For Broadcast is, it's basically a news simulator. You run the news while a new government comes into power. I'd recommend watching the first video before this one, but I didn't do a very good job of explaining that video either, because I've played through this game many a times and just recently decided, hey, you know what would be fun? Let's put it up on the channel. So that's where we're at. Let's get started. Let's go straight into it. Day 3, an unexpected form. You arrive home to find posts on the mat, most being nothing more than the usual junk mail. One letter, however, catches your eye. The team wants to know you. Curiosity gets the better of you, and you open it. It's a form from the new advanced government, asking for information on all citizens. The first page is filled in already. Your name, Alex Winston. Your spouse, Sam Winston. Your children, Charles Winston, 14, and Susie Winston, 19. Well, you muse, at least they got the basics right. The rest of the questions are left for you to complete. They appear to be mandatory. Question 1. Upon starting a new job, you would A. Be friendly and introduce yourself to your new co-workers. B. Be productive and get to work immediately. C. Ease yourself in and orientate yourself with the new workplace. Or D. Reminisce with friends about old jobs. Let's see, I think I'm going to be friendly and introduce myself to my new co-workers. Question 2. A colleague in a different department has confided in you that they've been taking home confidential information. Now, a file of minor importance has gone missing. You would A. Help your colleague cover up the violation. B. Recommend that your colleague reports it. C. Promise your colleague that you won't tell anyone. Or D. Report the violation to your supervisor immediately. I'm going to recommend that my colleague reports it. Question 3. An entire department was fired today for consistent underperformance. Your boss has put in place new targets that are significantly higher than the previous ones. You would A. Leave work on time. B. Stay late to ensure you hit the first deadline. C. Leave work early and head to the pub to chat about the changes with colleagues. Or D. Leave work early and head home to see your family. I'm gonna stay late to ensure I hit the first deadline. Question 4. It's the annual company barbecue and you and your family have been invited. You A. Are looking forward to enjoying a nice day out with friends and family. B. Are washing your hair that day. C. Would go if you're free, but don't mind if you're missing it. Or D. Have been practicing with your co-workers and think you'll win the talent contest this year. I guess we're looking forward to a nice day out with friends and family. Question 5. You've had a long, successful career and are now about to retire. In your speech, you A. List your achievements and all the good memories you have of working there. B. Give an honest review of the pros and cons of the company. C. Focus on issues and challenges you faced while working there. Or D. Refuse to attend. I think you focus on all the good memories in your retirement speech, right? Question 6. In your spare time, you A. Like to relax alone, doing things like listening to music or making models. B. Attend political rallies and stand up for what you believe in. C. Encourage and support your children with the hobbies. Or D. Play in your local sports team. Let's listen to music. Question 7. Your ideal holiday getaway would be A. Surrounded by natural beauty, getting away from the strain of the daily grind. B. Exploring somewhere unfamiliar and discovering new experiences and challenges. C. A structured day out at a theme park bursting with thrills and attractions for you and your family. Or D. A romantic getaway with your partner to a tropical island paradise. Let's go on a romantic getaway. That sounds nice. Question 8. It is most important that the government keeps people A. Safe, B. Free, C. Happy, or D. Equal. I'm thinking safe or happy. Let's go happy for now. Thank you for your cooperation. Advance knows your time is valuable and we appreciate your help in leading the nation to a brighter future. Sign your name. There we go. Day 6, a family matter. It's late. Sam and the kids have gone to bed. You're just drying up a favourite coffee cup, a worn-out souvenir of your first trip together. The print's faded, but the goofy face still makes you smile. A knock at the window brings you back to reality. There in the garden, clutching a gaudy neon green suitcase, is Chris, Sam's sibling. As soon as you let them in, they sit at the kitchen table, visibly stressed. Chris takes a deep breath. I'm so sorry for bursting in late, Alex, Chris stammers, but I need a favour and you're the only one I can ask. No problem, what's going on, or are you okay? Let's ask if we should go get Sam. No need to worry, Sam. It's you I came to see. I just need 2 minutes. You've heard about the Assets and Wealth Act? I literally work in news, Chris. Not really. Must have passed me by. Yeah, I work on the news. Slightly rude, but oh well. Chris's fist bangs the table. Oh god, I'm not reading that. They're taking whatever they want and distributing it as they see fit. No government should have that kind of power. I can't believe they're actually getting away with it. Madness! Which is why I need your help. What exactly is it you need, or why do I get... What exactly is it you need? Let's be polite, please. Chris's eyes seem to be resting comfortably on the floor tiles. Look, I know it's a lot to ask, but I need to borrow your passport. My passport? What for? Oh, my passport? I can't give you that. It's illegal. It's illegal. They've taken mine in half the bloody countries, but people always say you and I look similar, so... Chris is pacing now. I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, me and my money will be safe, but I need to go now before they freeze my accounts. Please, Alex. I wouldn't ask if I had any other choice. Okay, it's upstairs in the safe. Let me go and get it, and you can take it, or surely there's another way. Okay, let me go get it. You climb the stairs to your bedroom, careful not to wake Sam, who is cocooned in the duvet as usual. You open the wardrobe, unlock the safe, and retrieve the passport. A sleepy voice breaks the silence. Alex? What's going on? Nothing, sweetheart, don't worry about it, go back to sleep. While Chris is downstairs, they're leaving the country. I think I need to tell the truth. Sam sits bolt upright now, all thoughts of sleep gone. What? They're leaving the country? Are things really that bad? According to Chris, but I'm not so sure. I don't really know if I want to get my passport, or apparently, but they'll be fine if they can leave. Chris can take my passport and get out. Let's do that. I'm just disobeying the government, apparently. The worry lines on Sam's forehead seem to relax. Thank you. We have to look out for family, and if I know my little Christy, it's probably all one big overreaction. Exactly. Let me just take this downstairs and then I'll be up to bed. Yeah, yeah. Let's be nice. Get the family to like us, you know? Sorry, just drinking my water. You close the safe and head back downstairs to find Chris at the table fidgeting. They jump up as soon as you re-enter the kitchen. So, have you got it? Yes, here, good luck with everything, or I'm sorry, Chris, it's against the law. Yeah, yes, here, good luck with everything. For the first time, Chris smiles. It's infectious. Thanks, I really appreciate this. I'll get back in touch once I'm safely out of the country. Chris takes the passport and, breathing a sigh of relief, grabs the neon fluorescent suitcase, they spelled neon different this time, neon fluorescent suitcase, and heads out into the night. You head to bed, hoping you can prise some of the duvet away from Sam without waking them. There we go. Day 8, 10 minutes into the video, we get to the actual main part of the game. The news broadcast running. Let's get to it. I'm again going to hang up the phone. I would recommend buying this game, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned it, but it's on Steam. I think it's about $20, and it's good fun. I would totally recommend it. And then you can hear all the story and all the tutorials and stuff that I'm skipping over because I've played the game before. I've been living in a paradise. That can be a song of the day, because I haven't come up with a song of the day. So we're just going to answer it, and hang up on it, and then we're going to set everything up.
Off our evening schedule is a retrospective.
So now we've got all these plugs on, I need to put in the ads, and we're going to play... We're not going to play Mr. Snuggerhuds, because it's not safe, as you can see here.
Following that, at 9 p.m,
let's play Crazy Neil,
for an exclusive interview with former Prime Minister
Judah
Jacob
Krishan,
Hamilton.
No, for my
Alan James or Advanced Go-Getters.
Snuggle hugs?
That's the bastard.
Yeah, I wouldn't get one of those.
Alan James.
My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret
Straight
language?
to Jeremy,
Yeah,
and now I can
it's just
commentate
the
less
moon.
because now they're going to talk
10
about it.
seconds, everybody.
I'm going to turn down my mic so you can hear them better. Hold on.
Don't blame me when it explodes. Going in 5,
That'll be
4.
better, just so you can hear them better.
To go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight's National Night.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be
This one
discussing
is
what the
this,
new
this one's
future may
this.
hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker.
And we're back with what is hopefully fixed now. I just got to reset everything up, hold on.
The job, reminding us just
So hopefully everything's fixed now. I don't really know what went wrong.
Following that, at 9 p.m, Megan Wolf sits down for an exclusive interview with former Prime Minister Jacob Hamilton.
But now, I'm not
No,
ready
for
to go.
my sister's kid, Mr. Fuckletugs or something.
Snuggle Hugs.
That's the bastard.
Yeah, I
that's
wouldn't
okay.
get one
I
of
know I
those.
mentioned that,
My friend
but yeah.
Janet says theirs
Link to
gets
buy
really
it's in the
hot.
Is
description,
this Janet who
hopefully.
thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon.
10 seconds, everybody.
Not
Okay,
the
let's
best
do
source
this.
of consumer advice.
Hopefully it doesn't crash this time and we
When
can
it
make a good
explodes,
news
going in
broadcast.
5,
Also, this video is going to be
4,
super long because we're halfway through it and we're only now starting the news broadcast. Okay, here we go.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the Assets and Wealth Act
Don't
on
crash,
the brink
don't
of
crash,
raising
don't
living
crash.
standards for the vast majority of the country,
Okay, I think we're good.
I'll be asking my guess if we're on the way to a new future. Out with the old, Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington
gonna go
as their
A.
new CEO.
Because
The
this is a
following
better photo to show
taken from
than
our
this.
archive gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Remington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university and graduated with the highest honours, immediately being asked back to lecture. The markets have responded favourably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehugs. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg-Horgensford have today set off to explore Dante's taint.
Oh, now my phone's ringing. Okay, I'm going to pause and back again. Sorry, this video is a mess. See you in a minute. Okay, sorry about that. Let's continue. Oh, God. Basically, yeah, sorry, the phone just rang. You saw. Okay, sorry, apparently I can't commentate anymore. I'm gonna let Jeremy talk. Here, let's continue, shall we?
Recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together like we always have." Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme. Johnny is seen here with socialite and performance artiste Tiffany Lamore, whose recent show, Snatched Inside My Snatch, has kept her firmly in the public eye. Could romance be on the cards for these two budding A-listers? And Griever's bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more powers passing to the police, and less oversight, are we using an Advance-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut? All that, and Megan Wolf with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
And there we go, 15 minutes into the video, we have reached the title sequence for the news. AKA not even the halfway point of the first segment of the three-segment news day. We're probably only going to do the first, maybe second segment of this video, and then we're going to finish the next segment in the next video, which is annoying, but I think that's how it's going to turn out. Because timing-wise, I don't want to go too far over 20 minutes, because I just want to have a bunch of videos so that I don't keep missing weeks, you know?
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan.
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd. Ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting? Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And
what
this
I-
will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier, and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals, they're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
Of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
There you go.
I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them then?
Oh, shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard so much shit in my life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately, I can't understand it for you.
I don't know what she meant by that.
There you go. That was segment 1, and we're back in 10 seconds, but I'm looking at the time here, and we're actually at the 20-minute mark, so I'm trying to decide if we should just end here and have the text, but then I feel like we didn't get the whole day done. Shall we just... Okay, I know what I just said, but I'm going to completely ignore what I originally said. And instead we're going to spend this video just doing day 8. So we're going to finish day 8, it's going to be an extra long video, that's fine. Next video we're going to do the Rush's Room and the tech segments to lead up to the next day. And then that's going to be that video, and then the video after that we'll do the next day, and then the video after that we'll do the last day, which is the lockdown level. And then we'll have to wait for more updates. And I don't necessarily mean this will be week by week by week, I mean just on or not for broadcast videos. So we're going to finish this, it's just going to be an extra long video. Hopefully you are okay with that. Let's continue. We're back in 5 seconds, so I need to be ready. If you ever see the numbers changing without me actually clicking it, by the way, I can just hit the 1 through 4 keys on my keyboard like this. 4, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay, here we go. 10 seconds back. I don't commentate as much in these when they're actually on the news, but when they're not, then I talk a lot. But here we go. We're on the news, so I'm gonna stop talking.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to
Just
the top of the
interference.
list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem.
Scroll well
We need
with
more
this.
support from ministers. What are you doing? We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. No, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just
Can you imagine this happening while you're giving a news
Have you
interview?
mentioned your affairs?
no.
Have you mentioned your affairs?
Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
Inappropriate
I'm
jokes
sure we
coming
all
up this
do,
segment.
Jeremy. I am
Just so
sure
you
we all
know.
long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife. Or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible.
How did they?
Look, Leviticus
How does this guy
clearly
get on the
states
news in the
that-
first place? Oh, and there it is.
Bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, a bloody gimp's escaped. Delia? Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you
Fairly
think it's
certain
the
Jesus
immigrants
wasn't,
who
huh?
are
You
responsible
might not be.
for
I don't
the
think I've actually
moral
read the Bible.
decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in his box?
Oh, Clive, you know it's Wednesday. You've got crack in your hip space.
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the packet?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Clive, this simply won't do. Naughty boy.
Clive, I am not having this again.
Mummy, so get out of here. Naughty, you beast.
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us. And finally,
And lots of swearing coming up in this segment.
it's time to get to the heart of the
Well,
matter.
swearing, just inappropriate speaking. You'll see.
Has recently been released
Just feel like I'll give you a warning before we start.
2 years for aggravated assault, burglary, and menacing a swap. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not going to be
he's gonna
doing
say that a lot.
Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalization, as you can imagine. And obviously, Titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez. Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
Oh, God.
One sec, love. Titwank Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this now?
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh. Not now, fellas, I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal here, Tony.
Fucking way, Las Bolitas!
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes, Tony? Tony, I mean, we were literally away for 2 seconds. How has this happened, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there a little. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to glean a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. After the break, Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
There you go.
Back, everybody.
How do we do that?
Well,
Piss off.
Smooth, incisive journalism.
I can have you fired.
you'd miss my charm.
A+, hey. You're doing good. Yeah, that was probably the most inappropriate segment of the game. Like those 3 back-to-back things. I don't know. Yeah. Here we go. 3rd and final segment of the day.
Looks right, I've got this. Come on, it's welcome back.
Oh, this segment's just painful to watch, man.
10 seconds, everybody. We're gonna open on Megan. Camera 2. Going in 5.
Gonna get to see a lovely school play.
3.
Welcome's Black, I'm Megan Wolf, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College, who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one. I'm joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Oh, right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle believed.
I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences, and they touch us right back.
I suppose with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like, maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Got it in, coach.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow, how did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then, Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny, because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic, mainly. But we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day. So we thought, why not? Let's have a go with this whole democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
That was bad editing, and that's why it beat
Let's
me.
have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Hey, friendship. That was bad, I apologise.
I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
I apologise, an ice cream truck just drove by my house and the music was loud enough to hear through the wall. I apologise, this video is perhaps the most unorganised video I've ever made, but I mean, we're 32 minutes through, I can't stop now, so we just have to keep going. Okay, let's finish the segment, here we go. I apologise for the third interruption in this video.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great! I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning, but will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Real subtle, guys.
Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Just keep going, for fuck's sake!
Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? What do you mean not today? My arm's free coat.
Brilliant, keep going!
Right, who are you to stand up to me? I, Gary the Fist, and you're just a sad little girl with two gay dads, who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Yeah. And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
But I can't fight all three of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
Now we get the song.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me. Or you could be me. Life can be cheeky.
Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum, and for dinner he had to wait. Where's my dinner, woman?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong. Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen.
Yeah.
If you work as a team.
Just work as a team.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now.
Make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Friendship!
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Dalton. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
What the little fuck was that?
I believe that was arse.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about an adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
Oh, B. Failed right at the last segment. There you go. That is Not for Broadcast Day 8. Here's our final grade of A. I'll take A. A could be worse. We had outstanding censoring. Interference 3 on our editing was okay. We had dull editing here, but perfect censor. Perfect censor. We had a yellow here for a partial censor. Dull editing. Dull editing. Dull editing. Dull editing. Perfect censor. Dull editing. Perfect censor. Dull editing. Dull editing. Yeah. There you go. That is all the tough. That is all yeah. Sorry. That is all the time we have for today. Thanks very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with a better outro than that, but I don't have one. That was Not for Broadcast. Second segment, second day? Well, it's day 8, but it's the second news broadcast. Next time we'll go through the Rush's Room for this day, as well as the tech segment leading to the next day, and then the time after that, we'll do day 3. Or the next day, which I think is actually day 157, or something like that. But anyway, yeah. Thanks very much for watching. I apologize for the video being interrupted so many times by games crashing or phones ringing or ice cream trucks driving by. See you all next time. Biting challenge.